Hello. Welcome to tonight's bedtime story by Lucid Tales. I hope your day has been softly warm and peaceful. But whether it has been dancing dappled light or blazing desert sun for you, it's time to relax now. Find somewhere comfortable, maybe your bed or a favorite armchair, and make sure you're ready for sleep. Take a moment to let the memories of your day slide over you, like water off a duck's back, and let them go. It's okay to think about them when you need to, but right now there is a story to hear and peace to be had. Tonight's story is about the man who wanted to be more powerful than the sun. As long ago as forever, and as far away as Celador, there was a hard man, a stonecutter, and he worked hard all day chipping hard stone and slept hard at night in a hard bed. Now this stonecutter was a proud man, and could not bear to lose to anyone, or to be laughed at, and he fought many a fight over a perceived slight or insult. One day he was cutting the face of the mountain, when out fell a perfect rock in the shape of a die, so smooth it could have been cut by a master, and a voice echoed forth like the ringing of a tuning fork struck on pure limestone. "You have freed me from my prison, where I have dwelled for many a year. I am a genie, with the power to grant wishes. What wish would you have?" The stonecutter thought hard, and he thought quick. No one dared laugh at the wealthy merchants who owned the quarry. "I wish to be a rich man," he said, and in an instant it was so. He had a beautiful townhouse with gardens overflowing with fruit and flowers, all the jewels and fine robes he could wear, and coffers full to bursting with precious treasures, which he guarded jealously. Not long after, the stonecutter, who was now a rich man, was striding through the city streets, when he was halted by a guard. The king's parade was winding through the city, and the stonecutter must kneel before his king. This filled the stonecutter with a hot rage, for he could not bear to see someone more powerful than himself. "Genie," he said, "I tire of being rich. I want to be the king. I want to be the king. The king has to bow to no one." And in an instant it was so. The stonecutter was now a mighty king, with palaces and pleasure gardens beyond number. One day he sat in his favorite garden in the bright sunlight, and it beat down on him with a power that only the sun can hold. After some time of sitting in pleasant warmth, the stonecutter, who would be a rich man who would be king, realized that his head was starting to feel very hot, almost burning. And that night, when the stonecutter went to bed, with a sunburned head, and he was filled again with a hot rage, for he knew that no man could ever be as powerful as the sun. "Genie," he said, "I grow tired of being king. I want to be the sun. No one can look down on the sun." And in an instant it was so. The stonecutter rode his golden chariot across the sky every day and shone bright, hot light into every corner of the world. Until one morning, when he rose sleepily and harnessed his great golden horses, as he began to rise high in the sky, he peered down to see a vast shadow on the earth, cast by a majestic mountain. And once again the stonecutter, who would be a rich man, who would be king, who would be the sun, felt that hot rage, for he knew that even the sun could be defeated by a mountain. "Genie," he said, "I grow tired of being the sun. I want to be a mountain. No one can block or move or prevent a mountain from its purpose. And in an instant it was so. He awoke as a mighty and ancient mountain with deep stone roots. And then one day, along came a stonecutter. Good night. Sleep well. And I will see you soon for another bedtime story.